Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The What. And today, we're gonna answer the question, why was Lucifer cast out of heaven? We would love to have you join this awesome community. So hit that subscribe button. Let's dive in. So grab your books and your Bibles because we're about to get into it. But first, if you're new here, welcome. Because when people think of Lucifer, they usually picture this horned, light red-skinned guy. We also see him in the book of Ezekiel, chapters 28 and 29. And there he's described as being perfect in beauty, full of wisdom. There was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against Lucifer, who's now known as Satan, and his followers. And ultimately, Satan and his demons were defeated. They were cast out. A third of the angels followed Satan, and they too were kicked out of heaven. In fact, it says that no flaw could be found in him. Verse 15 says that he was created blameless. Well, first of all, we need to realize that Satan didn't fall because he hated God. He gave us another way to live, to believe in Jesus, to have faith in him, to have hope in him. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Share this video with your friends. We'll see you next time. And I think the ultimate message of this story, that humility is the greatest power that we could ever have. 1 Peter, chapter 5 verse 5, it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. That's the key. It's not about how beautiful you are, how talented you are. It's about how humble you are. And yes, Lucifer was the most beautiful. He was called the morning star. He was called the light bringer. But Satan is anything but beautiful now, so let's make sure that we don't follow in his footsteps. Let's make sure that we don't take the path of rebellion. Let's make sure that we follow the one who cast Satan out, the one who cast pride out of our lives, and that's Jesus, because he gives power to the humble, not to the proud. He fell because he wanted to be God. He fell because of pride, and pride is still his favorite weapon. And it's amazing how even the most beautiful, talented, powerful creature can fall because of pride. But I think the main lesson that we need to learn from this is that no one is above God. No matter how talented you are, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how much money you have, no one is above God. So whatever Lucifer did, it was obviously very serious, because even one of the most beautiful and wisest and perfect creations could fall. You know, like the way he's depicted in movies and stuff. But before he was cast out of heaven, he was known as the morning star. In fact, that's actually one of his names. His name literally means light bringer or morning star. And that's according to Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12. Now, this passage also tells us that he was a shining star in the sky. He was a powerful angel, full of beauty and light. So it makes sense that he might have been over music or beauty or worship. You know, something like that. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is figure out who Lucifer actually was. But we don't only see Lucifer in the book of Isaiah. So now we got to ask ourselves, if he was so perfect, why did he fall? Well, the first thing that we should notice is that it says in Isaiah 14 that pride entered his heart. He was prideful, and because he was prideful, he started to think that he was better than God. Look at verses 13 and 14. I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above the stars of God. I will preside on the mountain of the gods far away in the north. I will climb to the highest heavens and be like the Most High. Wow, okay. Like, does this sound like somebody who's content with serving God? Does this sound like somebody who's just happy to be in God's creation? No. And honestly, that's kind of the problem. Lucifer wanted to be like God, but not under God. He wanted to be over God's creation, but not God. He wanted worship, but not service. And that's the problem with pride. It always wants more. It's never satisfied with what it has. And because Lucifer had pride, he started this war in heaven. And that's actually what Revelation 12 is talking about. So now we need to ask ourselves, why should this story matter to us? what does it mean for us today? And yeah, Lucifer was cast out of heaven, but thankfully God gave us another chance. So we hope that you enjoyed this episode of The What.